grade. Welcome to our last and final unit of math. It's arrays. I love arrays. Hooray for arrays. As you can see from the pictures, these probably look like partitioning rectangles and squares, and that's exactly what it is. All that work that we did on partitioning was leading us up to this. In this unit, you will start to make that connection between addition and multiplication, and it's just a fun unit where everything just starts to click. Before we do our lesson on arrays, we got to do some number talks to keep those mind, all that concepts that we've been learning, everything in your head. Let's keep it circulating. Let's do number talks about clock. What time does the clock show? Is it AM or PM? How do you know? I also included a picture in here to help you to determine whether it's AM or PM. Hint, hint. Go ahead and pause the video and solve and then come back. All right, let's compare answers. What time does the clock above show? Say 4:30 like I did. Good job, because you can see right here that the hour hand is between the 4 and the 5. It's not at the 5 yet, and it's past the 4, so we know that's 4:30. And the minute hand is on the 6, which is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, so it's 4:30. Is it AM or PM? It said it's 4:30 PM. How do you know? Because it's bright outside. Look at this picture. That's why I included the picture so you can see. At 4:30 AM, it's still dark outside. So if you had the same answers that I did, good job. Next is, what is the value of 3 quarters, 2 nickels, 5 dimes, and 8 pennies? Go ahead and draw these out and solve. See if you can figure out how much money this is. Pause the video and then come back. Alright guys, you can see that I drew out my coins. I have 3 quarters. 1, 2, 3. I know the value of each quarter is 25 cents, so I wrote 25 cents in each quarter. 2 nickels. 1, 2. Again, I know that 2 nickels. 1 nickel is 5 cents, so I have 5 inside of each nickel. 5 dimes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dimes. A dime is worth 10 cents, so I have 10 inside of each dime. And 8 pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A penny is worth 1 cent, so I have the number 1 inside of each penny. Now let's add up our change. I'm going to start with the highest value, which are my quarters. I have 3 quarters. From what I remember about learning to count is 3 quarters equals 75 cents. And I can see that I have some dimes down here and I have some nickels here. I know that 75 cents is really close to $1. And I know that 2 dimes and 1 nickel also equals 25 cents. So I know that this is a quarter. We also have another quarter here, another quarter here, and another quarter here. So if these coins equal 1 quarter, and I know that 4 quarters equals $1. So I'm just going to put a 1 right here. Sorry, remember. Next, let's count the rest of our change. I have 10, 20, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. Did you get $1.43? If you did, good job. job. You guys are awesome. Okay, let's not forget the dollar sign. This can also be written as 143 cents. It's the same thing. It's the same. Okay, 100 cents from my $1, and then 43 cents. So what's left of us? 143 cents or $1.43. Either way is perfect. Thank you. All right, let's look at our learning target. I can determine whether a group of objects has an even or odd number of members. And by members, it just means whatever it is that we're counting. I can apply the use of repeated addition to model arrays, determine the total number of objects, and write an equation. And you'll find out that as we're working throughout the week, these two learning targets, they're going to blend together. We're going to use both of them interchangeably while we're working on arrays. First thing we're going to do is kind of do a little review and also talk about arrays. Remember the word partition? We learned about partitioning and we learned about rows and columns earlier this year. Rows, squares lined across the grid, so it goes across. And columns go up and down, okay? So we can see right now that these crackers are organized in 1, 2, 3 rows. That's why we have three rows. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns. Now if you were to write a repeated addition problem for this particular array, you could look at each row. Because we have 7 columns and we have 3 rows, each row has 7 pieces inside. So that's what we have. We would have 7 plus 7 plus 7, which is our equation right here. 7 3 times. You can find your answer by either adding 7 plus 7, which is 14, and then 14 plus 7, which is 21. Or you can simply count your crackers. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Here's another way to write your equation. It all depends on perspective. You can look at it this way as well. If you want to count your columns, you can see that there are 3 crackers in each column. So you can go 3, and you do 3 7 times, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, and 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 21. The same as 7 plus 7 plus 7. And we're going to learn more about this and how to arrange it throughout the week. Let's look at our I do. Is 8 an even number? Prove your answer. Alright guys, I have counters in front of me. For you at home, you might have a few pennies, you might have some balled up paper, you can use whatever it is you want. You can even just use pencil marks that you make on your paper. Anything that you want, as long as it's 8. Here it says, I grabbed 8 counters. I paired counters up into groups of 2. Since I didn't have any counters left over, I know that 8 is an even number. The thing to remember about even numbers is that they must have a partner. Just like how you have two hands, that's two, that's a pair. You have 2 feet, that's a pair. 2 eyes, that's a pair. So anything that has a pair, it has 2. It's a partner for you, partner here, and a partner here. That means that it's even. Now let's look at the we do. Is 7 an even number? Prove your answer with your counters. Again, let's look at our counters below. Remember what I said earlier, that an even number needs to have a partner. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 counters. There's a partner here, partner here, partner here, but no partner here. That means that 7 is not an even number. 7 is an odd number because not all the numbers have partners. They don't all have a partner. All right, so that's how we're going to be using arrays to determine whether a number is even or odd. Today, as you work, you're going to be working with arrays. You're going to be working with even and odd numbers. Please do not hesitate to draw an array to help you figure out if a number is even or odd. All right, have fun practicing today.